There's a meme quote people threw around for a bit. Don't make fun of people pronouncing a word wrong. It means they learned it by reading. See, that definitely hits home for me. My older brother is a prolific reader and just absurdly fast in how many like books he can consume over the course of not even a year, but a week. And because he did so much reading for, his entire life, he has so many words that he's only ever read before and has not seen, which actually led to a pretty interesting situation when he was, I think he was just 18, so he was pretty fresh, legal drinking age here in Alberta. And him and my dad were, I think, going out to the bar together. And, it was like a fun night out to celebrate, turn 18, getting that first beer at the bar. It was going to be awesome. And he forgot his license, which is too bad. But the only reason why they asked for his license, and he got caught up in that situation, was because when asked what he wanted to drink, he asked for a pint of cocaine. And right then and there, the server said, "Oh, do you have some ID on you, friend?" And unfortunately he didn't, had to run home and grab it, but that was exactly it. And in fact, I pulled it out later, which I don't know is 100% true, but I feel like it's because pints are mentioned all the time in like Lord of the Rings, and he loved Lord of the Rings, so that seemed like an appropriate place for him to have learned that phrasing, or had read it rather, not learned it in the spoken form. But I feel like I do that a lot too on stream specifically. Either I just completely say the word wrong because, sometimes brains do be like that. But oftentimes it's things that I've never said out loud before. And all of a sudden put it on the spot in front of, the thousands of people that are all watching this. All, again, my huge audience. Just make an absolute fool of myself. Which I think is good though. I think it's healthy. A certain dose, a nice spattering of humility, always a good thing. When you're a god gamer like me, sometimes you need those checks just to make you, bring you back into the realm of mortals, which I'm at all times otherwise absolutely transcending, right? Again, this is where you all just nod your head. Don't talk back to me, chat. I will turn this stream around. But okie dokie. I should actually go into my skills here and actually give it some thought. I'm too absorbed in the storytelling narrative aspects today, which honestly seems to be almost a good thing. I feel like I'm not overthinking certain aspects of the game. Maybe just, that Goldilocks zone in terms of active thought, critical thinking, and all that important stuff. Just enough that I'm not needlessly piloting myself straight into the dirt, but also not getting myself into trouble by getting a little too fanciful, a little too... fancy is just another word for fanciful. Come on, brain. Synonyms. Let's go. I need my thesaurus. Oh gosh, where's my thesaurus? But in terms of, again, going back to this, nods head aggressively, vaguely resembling headbanging. Perfect. I appreciate the vigor there. You do get extra points for pure spirit here. But are there any spells that we'd like to learn? We could pivot to Freezing Cloud. We're pretty close to having it castable, and it's just another good elemental resource. We're truly becoming the avatar here. I mean, we got fire, we got air. All we need is a little bit of water, a little bit of earth, and then some spirit. I don't know what the spirit analogy would be in this scenario here. Hexes kind of has the right theming, but also is the more negative, like, denotation of spirit magics. At least generally, I feel like that might be a bit of an oversimplification on itself. Because, I mean, hexes just get a bad rep, man. All these years, people talking dirty to my main school hexes, but they didn't do anything wrong. Necromancy, on the other hand, all evil people. That's the Slytherin of spell schools. That's right. We don't make any exceptions. All evil, all bad, all the time. Because we never... I mean, I never deal in absolutes, but for this one case, I make an exception. That will always be one of my favorite jokes. And it all hinges, I believe, from Star Wars, where that first kind of came to my attention. Because only Sith deal in absolutes is a hilarious line. I don't think they meant it to be a comedic delivery, but that is stellar. That is beautifully ironic, that. Hello, my yak pack. Hit the road, yak. Don't come back. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hey. Okie dokie. A little bit closer than it had any right to be there, but hey, we are still sitting pretty, feeling pretty comfortable here. Ignore the steady buildup of sweat that's starting to form under my sweater here, which, I mean, shouldn't be too hard for you, seeing as how you can't see it whatsoever. That's the beauty about sweaters. Sure, they make you sweat more. In fact, maybe that's why they call them sweaters. Huh. How about that? But at the end of the day, nobody can tell that I'm one stinky boy. Cameras are also beautiful for that. That's why I never meet people in person anymore. Because then they know my secret. My hidden past of being a stinky, stinky boy. But okie dokie. Another yak pack is very much up our alley. Also, I feel like okie dokie has already hit new record highs of utterances in today's stream. Hope nobody is absolutely triggered by that phrase, because you're gonna be hearing it a lot today, apparently. My brain is short-circuited and only has like three lines that it knows. I'm just a very crappy NPC now. Okie dokie. Oh, I do not want to ignite myself. Thank you, game. I appreciate the warning. Hate it when I do that. Spontaneously combust myself in a public location. Honestly, just causes problems for everyone, and the fire department absolutely hates me for it. Don't know what their problem is. But let's not head back down this stairwell. Feel like we got the whole stampede waiting for us down there. Instead, we can play it safe. Also, excuse me. There we go. Irradiate, much safer way to take out black mambas rather than just burning them alive. I mean, sure, burning them alive helps the sadism inherent in us all, but unfortunately, if I die, that's not as cool. Again, only good when it happens to other creatures, and I'm the exception to the rule. Nothing bad ever happens to me, and everyone just has to be nice. That's the rule. Them's the breaks, kid. But not too shabby here. Slowly but surely building up our bank account, which is absolutely fantastic. Not my best poison cloud, but I'll take it. Take one of those, please. 24%. Oh, snap. It's that easy. Okay. This, light on fire, and last little bit of magic. Never didn't have it. Fantastic. So thank you so much, Colgate. Again, keeping me alive here. Trying to keep my blood flowing, neurons firing. I appreciate it. I need all the help I can get, rather, to keep this dang elf alive. Good day to you as well, Star. Always lovely to see you. Hope you are having a fantastic day as well. Good eye, mate. Give my awful Australian accent. I can't help but say it though, because that was something I realized. I joined a slow pitch team while I was up north for summer one year. And you know, anytime that you let a ball past you on the plate, everyone says, "Good eye, good eye." From that day forward, all I could possibly think was, "Good eye, mate." Again, probably a bit of a bastardization compared to, or for all you Australian folks out there. And for that, I apologize, but had to be done because my brain is broken and that's all I can think about. I wish I was better at accents. That's one thing I'm very jealous of, like, most European English speakers. I'm curious about Australians as well, because I don't know if it's an accent-based thing or more so the fact that Europe has so many regional dialects all packed so close together. But whenever I talk to British people, they're so good at, like, explaining dialects and accents from a linguistic standpoint, even with no linguistics, like, background. It's so impressive that they know just because it's like, oh yeah, you know, your tongue's a little higher in your mouth, vowels are kind of on the back of your tongue. And I wish that I had that, because I want to be a lot better at accents. But instead, I generally just stick to old man, prospector man, and that's about as good as I get. Stereotypical Canadian can be some fun sometimes, I guess, so we can add that to the oeuvre. Hi, how are the elf runs going? Oh, they're going fantastic today, Railbird. Definitely had our own struggles over the last little bit here. But going pretty well today, and Burnbor here has definitely defied the odds a couple of times, but just been pretty solid across the board in a lot of ways as well. Especially considering the fact that this was Wanderer start with a Fated Altar, and here we are casting a lot of half-decent spells and following Gozag. So I mean, can't really complain at the end of the day. Can I do a Quebecois accent? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could do a good job distinguishing between French and Quebecois. Zut. And especially since all I want to do is like speak French, but don't know how this is. Is this a Quebecois accent? No? No? Yeah? Oui? No? Probably no? Probablemente? No, that's Spanish for probably. Whoops. I'm showing how bad of a Canadian I am here. Zut lords. Oh, zut. No, what can I do? No, I'm not going to do this in a French accent. That's the actually funny thing is I can do a horrible French accent while speaking English. I want to speak French, but I'm not good enough at it. So I feel like when I do end up speaking any French, it's instead just like a horrible Western Canadian accent that ruins it for everyone. But all I could think of was Je m'appelle Torin. Comment allez-vous? Ah, ça va. Ça va bien. I almost said gracias. Again, my brain is fried today, apparently. Can't speak anything. Not that, again, I'm any good at French. Let's not mislead all you lovely folk at home. I'm no polyglot. I'm no linguist. Though I should get back into trying to learn a language at some point. I very much enjoy Spanish. I have a functional understanding of Spanish. I can be fairly conversational, which should be a lot better than that, seeing as how I spent 2.5 months in high school in Spain. But here I am, not knowing anything. Oh, the human brain is real stupid sometimes, is it not? Artificer gets 9 Ice Blast wand charges instead of just beast and trunk. That is fantastic. That is a lifesaver and a half, for sure. Ice Blast wands are huge. Just unavoidable, good damage. There are things that are resistant to cold, but again, in trunk right now, because they took out skeletons and undead on most floors of the dungeon, ain't no thing. Oh, and also, let's not go down to layer 6. What the heck am I doing with my life? Instead, what do we want to go here? Or what do we want to do here? Where do we want to go here? Pick one, brain. You don't have to constantly smush sentences together and make me look like a fool. A fool, I tell you. But, let's see. We found Snake. We don't know if we have Swamp or Shoals yet, because that is most likely on Lair 2, where we had to run for our life from Gastrodok. Am I in a better position to kill that son of a slug? not so much. If we're being honest with ourselves. Maybe we'll just head back out to the dungeon. Give me the D real quick. Artificer was strong even before that. Not sure they needed it. That's fair enough. That's a background that I don't play very much of, so I don't have the greatest idea of strength levels or need to be absolutely nerfed or not. So yeah, what Delvers start with digging, right? Is that the only one they start with? I always kind of forget about that one. That's another I was gonna say species, but that's a background that I haven't had enough time fooling around with. Should probably give it a shot one of these days. Kill this demonologist real quick. And you know what, you friend, in the delicacies of the dungeon cookbook that I'm writing, Steam Deal is a very prevalent feature, so we want to be trying that as much as we possibly can. Well, while we're down here, might as well pick some up. Oh, also, right, should probably be slightly careful when a troll comes a rolling. Sorry, you were otherwise occupied? What happened to Pelf? Who? No, this is our first deep elf ever. No, you're mixing me up with someone else. I've never died ever playing DCSS, actually. But that sounds like the type of character name that would probably try and go into Zot a little bit early. You know, player was probably in a rush at the end of the stream and thought, heck, we can probably handle this. Died embarrassingly on Zot 1. That sounds like something that this so-called Pelf, was it? Sorry, I don't remember. Similarly, you've never lost in the last 2 days? Ooh. Impressive. The only time I get records like that are when I don't play for a couple days. Which actually, I guess, every week I go on like a 6-day streak of not dying in DCSS. How about that? How about that? Play for days. Oh wait, no, that makes it into a lie. Gotta be really careful with how I phrase all this. I guess I just have to say, for the last 5 days, I have not died in DCSS. What can I say? I'm pretty impressive like that. Again, requisite God Gamer joke, insert here. We'll keep it going. Selective memory is so great, it keeps you grounded and confident. Very true. Those are two things I desperately need in life. Plus humility, but that's fine, because I'm definitely the most humble person you'll ever meet. 100%. By a long shot. So humble. Kendrick actually wrote that song about me. Little known fact. Where the heck? I guess I have a See Invisible ring. What am I doing with my life? First of all, corrosion. That's gonna be necessary. Second of all, See Invisible. Not so unseen, are ya, bucko? Yeah? Nah. I was hoping to light that on fire, but that's fine. This works too. Just irradiate that son of a gun, and then we'll swap back probably both these rings. I don't need See Invisible on all the time. Let's see. Let's look in this menu. Sometimes it helps me clarify my mental space. I guess Resistance to Fire is probably the best second ring to have on right now. Wizardry if we weren't able to cast anything, but we're pretty sweet there. I mean, Petrify we're not really using, so that is ignored. Any data points that do not correlate with our theory are getting ignored, because that's just science, baby. That's good, thorough sciencing. At least if you want a quick paycheck. You try to learn to remember the cancellation potions exist. They're powerful, but only if you realize they're an option. Right? And I feel like that cuts both ways for me, unfortunately, where either it's an effect that I don't think to cancel, or the alternative is that I forget that that will also cancel my statue form, my haste, my might, and my brilliance, all of which I'm relying on to stay alive, and whoopsie daisies. But, you know, barring that, fully agree. And it's an incredible tool and resource for sure. Just have to have the presence of mind to keep it in said mind. Probably radiate you, right, son of a gun? Fantastic. We do love to see it. Twisted scale mail. Twisted, man. Throat effect sucks real bad, especially considering the fact that this is +0 scale mail. But our electricity and 2 pips of positive energy? I mean, I'm always looking for some positivity in the dungeon. Who would I be to snub it when we finally find it, you know? That just seems nonsensical. So instead, let's carry that around for a while until we end up unceremoniously dumping it on the floor because we never actually make use of it. You know, that seems smarter. Oh, Sentinel's Mark. That is not great. Fortunately, we do have a little wee bit of something to grease the gears and help out with that. Resist corrosion, of course. Absolutely fantastic. And then, let's keep her going here, shall we? Again, I feel like we've had too lucky of a dungeon. Not necessarily just in terms of loot, which don't get me wrong. We've had really nice loot so far across the board. But we also haven't been into too many scary scenarios. At least not since the early game when we came face to face with a steam dragon unexpectedly. But since then, it's been easy. Too easy, you know? Here's probably a Manifold Assault, actually. Don't use it very often, but it will almost definitely kill off that Orc Priest post-haste. Fantastic. You know what? Howler Monkeys? Same dealio. Fantastic. You not so much, my Cyclops friend. Someone tell Poseidon that their kid is wandering the dungeon. Repeat. Could a Poseidon come pick up their child? They are lost in the dungeon. What can I do with you? 40% chance to petrify is a lot better than I expected. And then, on the flip side, Irradiate, doing a lot worse than I expected. Huh. How about that? Not going to work before delving deeper? We probably could. Yeah, Manifold Assault. Not bad, but... Oh, we have not found Orc. Right. That's why. Would Zeus cheat on his wife, a goddess, be considered heresy? Steal that one from my joke book. Because again, not enough Greek deity humor out there, you know? Feel like you're the only one out here killing it, Star. But boy, are you killing it. It would either be called heresy or, you know, just your average Tuesday. Now that's a more subtle joke for the Greek mythology lovers out there. Is that subtle, or everyone knows probably by now that Zeus definitely just sleeps with everyone, right? Turns themselves into a cow just to get some. You know how it is. Just Tuesday, like we said earlier. Also, should definitely swap back to poison resistance after that. Make sure we get that done. You've had many times rather dangerous situations with Sentinel's Mark, which could have been avoided if you just remembered. Cancellation, remove the mark. Yeah. That's the only time I feel that I do remember it, fortunately. So, not too off in that regard, but again, it falls under the opposite problem for me, where I get marked and I'm like, panic, cancel, and then I forget that statue form is the only thing keeping me alive at that given moment. Whoops. Okay, so you, friend, get gassed. get lit on fire, get irradiated. We got the triple threat going on here today. Absolutely fantastic. You know what? They don't pay me enough to deal with this. Let's just calm down on that yak attack. Please and thank you. But there we go. And we will probably end up heading into that orc entrance. That seems like probably our safest bet. Never any guarantees, but an elf can dream, no? Speaking of the dream, blink scroll? Don't mind if I do. Absolutely fantastic. Make room for the blink scroll. Again, scale mail, totally carrying this for good reasons. Not immediately tempted to dump this even now. You know what? Yeah, if we're desperate, we can come back for that. On the flip side, or not on the flip side, but rather on the other hand, I guess that also kind of implies some level of opposites, hey? But more so, let's just rephrase entirely. Another thing we should drop are potions of flight, because we have the ring anyway, so we might as well use that instead. What the heck is going on here? Oh, this is the cool special altar with the obelisk. One day, I will destroy you. Oh, 9,600 health. Should be a cakewalk, right? And for the Ferengi, how you see? Hey, we put it all up to, okay, the Ferrari card, yeah. Thank you for the translation, I always forget. But of course, we wanna get through this dungeon one piece, and hey, if the Fated Altar wants to give us the hot ticket out of here, who am I to complain? No, so yeah, we went pure random strats. Wanderer background with what am I doing? With Fated Altar, and we ended up with a semi-poisoned mage of Gozag. Can't say I'm too disappointed with that, to be honest with you. Did I miscast that multiple times, or do I really just suck that much at swinging this dang axe? I missed, I hit once, and miscast. Not great, Kelbrimbor. Not great. Also, you'd think Kelbrimbor here would have some better rings at their disposal, you know what I mean? But apparently there is only one Lord of the Rings, so it is what it is. No snatch form yet, eh? Not yet, no. We're close to the dream, but not quite there. One can hope, one can dream. And one can desperately fall to their knees. Prostrate themselves, as we learned earlier. Oh, I'm gonna use that joke one day in the future, and nobody's gonna understand the reference, obviously, because it's such an inside joke. And I'm just gonna be that weirdo. Which I guess isn't that different from how I already am. So, you know what? I'm no longer upset about this idea. Sounds about right. Fated altars are fun. I agree. Yeah. I mean, I was desperately crossing my fingers, saying, "No Trog, I need magic, please. Need the magic in my life. Bring back, the magic in my relationship with deep elves." But fortunately, we rolled the absolute nuts, and here we are. His brother took them, yeah. And how many species have I won so far for this challenge? Oof. I am just shy of 18 now, right? So probably, is it 15 or 16? We're going in order, left to right, down the list. So we've definitely finished all beginner. We're just about done intermediate, right? There's just ogre and deep dwarf, maybe? Is deep dwarf in the intermediate column? It's wild how much I can forget about those screens that I see every Sunday for the most part, and sometimes multiple times on a single Sunday. You can see that species select screen. But, well, good for you, very impressive. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's been a bit of a time, to say the least. Specifically, most recently here. But thank you, I still appreciate it. And I've definitely enjoyed the whole ride. Gotten to play a couple species that I definitely never really gave a fair shake to. Also trying out a lot of like backgrounds and deities that I never really gave that same chance. So it's been a wild ride and a lot of fun for sure. Who needs magics when you have brothers? You're not a lot wrong, brother. A couple of brother in arms is all I need. You've never beat DCSS, so it's impressive to me. Totally fair. No. Oh, but you'll get there. And that first time, so sweet. There's no victory quite so sweet. Now, I will say I have a lot of experience in the game, and it also kind of helps playing on camera. I think through my options a lot more, and I also can occasionally cheat and use chat, so there is that to maybe play into the accounting. But no, I wish you luck. If you're currently trying to play, if you're on a break or you don't play too much DCS at the moment, that's awesome too, of course. But if you are trying for that first win, definitely wish you the best, because there's nothing quite so sweet as that first victory. But okie dokie. I don't know if we want to keep diving through the dungeon more. We want to head up somewhere. Done with Orc too for the time being, because Rupert is not nice. Not nice for us right now. No bueno. No bien. Do I know how to say that in any other language? Probably not. I mean, I'm sure Italian is super similar to Spanish. Portuguese is either similar to Spanish or something completely different, and you can never really know unless you speak it. Interesting. Do we have a first rune? We do not. No. So, yeah, maybe we'll head back to Lair. Gastronach has scared us off from exploring the rest of Lair 2. Oh, wait a second. That's not true for Swamp, though. Wait, no, yeah. Hold up. I'm dumb. So, for anyone who wasn't here earlier, I just excluded my way off the entrance to Swamp because I was scared. But then, ever since then, I forgot and thought that I was hiding from Gastronach. It wasn't Lair 2, I guess. So that's nice. What am I trying to say in different languages? No good. No good. Yeah, no bueno, no bien. What is good in Indonesian? Tidak is no. Oh, that's not right. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop silently trying to remember language from my childhood here. Well, I only remember a few things in Indonesian, and they're super random because I never really learned it. Like, I was not even close to fluent, not even conversational. But for some reason, whatever stuck in my brain from growing up overseas is just hati-hati di jalan raya, which is be careful crossing the street. I mean, don't get me wrong, important life lesson. We should all be careful when crossing the street. Could all learn a little something from that. But that's the only thing that my dumb brain has decided was important enough to lodge into permanent memory banks. Oh, brain. So dumb. So dumb. How many pips of willpower does the character have? Probably 3, right? Yeah, 3 pips. We're wearing leather armor of willpower, and our axe gives willpower? Yeah. So we're actually in a pretty good spot in that regard, which is against the norm in a lot of ways. Thanks, Colgate. Oh gosh, now we have to see how embarrassing this will be for pronunciation. Oh right, no bon in French, because bon is more so good. I was saying not well, right? For no bien. That's right. But I haiva is Finnish, maybe? Intabra. That's maybe a bit closer for Swedish. I do not know my Cyrillic alphabet, so that Russian is just gonna have to go by the wayside, but My character is strong enough for Elven Halls? Potentially, yeah, I would want some resistance to electricity. And my issue there, unfortunately, is Annihilators. Because we are currently in one-shot territory for Crystal Spheres. But, that aside, we're not in too bad of a spot for swapping out resistances as they become relevant, potentially. I don't hate it. But I think we're gonna try to make our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. Decide how we're feeling, you know, the general vibes of the place. Oh, never mind, the idiot will walk into fire. Perfect. I was about to say that Fulminant Prism was very dumb and useless of me, but never mind, I'm a genius. And honestly, everyone could learn a little something from watching me. And I don't even have to lie to say that one, because the secret of it all is that they learn what not to do by watching me. But hey, we don't have to be explicit. Let's instead just stick on that cocky smile and pretend that it's all gonna be okay. You swear Finnish is from another planet? It is, yeah, pretty wild. I have a hard time trying to pronounce any Finnish words. Finnish and Icelandic for different reasons. Finnish has a lot of like unique characters that are just for Finnish words, but then Icelandic is all like for an English speaker. English is first language speaker. It's super straightforward to understand the words because it's the same alphabet. I think for maybe incompletely, there might be a couple of accented things. I know I'm showing my ignorance of Icelandic culture right now, but boy are those some wacky words. And don't even get me started on Welsh. The fact that it comes from Britain, Welsh words, absolutely wild and impossible to pronounce unless you know what you're doing. You need a license in that bad boy. You mean you'd probably try to clear a lair and then the rest of the dungeon, but you're bad? I like to do a similar thing, but I don't know about D6. I don't know about that. Swedish was close, Finnish was not so close. That sounds about right. Did my last Deep Elf win? You remember being quite strong several days ago? Have I outplayed the bit? No, let's keep going with it. Oh, what Deep Elf? Sorry? No, this is my first time ever playing Deep Elf. Yeah, thanks, Star. Backing me up there, I appreciate it. No, I don't lose is the thing, so I don't know what you're talking about, but again, in the hypothetical, we'll just come up with a theory. Maybe that elf could have been killed in Zot 1 as somebody rushed to finish off their stream for an evening and was not at all playing intelligently or with any concise skills whatsoever. Get themselves killed in Zot 1 like a complete fool, thinking, you know, I'm gonna be saving time so I can just jump right into Ogre next week. Turns out it's gonna be another 6 hours because here we are back at it again. Well, what kind of video would do that, right? Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. I would hate to be that guy. So weird. Deep Elf can be hypothetically very powerful. Agreed. Now, what will blow my mind is Old English basically sounds like Norwegian because it is. That sounds about right, yeah. That's okay, you love Deep Elf? Well, perfect. Have I got the series for you? 2 months of playing Deep Elves. In fact, I've been holding out this whole time because it was meant to be a surprise, but Prince Cosmo, I actually lost all those runs just for you. I knew how much you liked Deep Elf and thought the only way to show my appreciation for you always coming on by and giving us love and support was to just murder them all, you know? Just purposely pilot them into the ground. Completely on purpose, of course, purposefully. And here we are. So, there we go, new reframing. And like any good liar, I'm not going to keep my story straight and just continue to oscillate between these various theories and stories that I've come up with over the evening. Absolutely perfect.